Hello, welcome to this live conversation, 30 days into mastery. So we are bringing in the beautiful Chloe, who is the founder of MindStation, and sharing her journey of being 30 days into mastery. So let's find out what it's been all about. I'm just gonna get the beautiful Chloe here. Amazing. And there you go, view. There we go. Beautiful. All right. Oh, hello.
Hello. How's it
Hola,
going?
chica. How you going?
I'm good, thanks. This is my second ever live, so I'm very new to it.
Get it. I know I messaged you before. I realized I hadn't actually set up how we do the thing. It's always a bit funny when you're there by yourself and you're like, are they coming? So hello and welcome. So nice to have you here, Chloe.
Thank you.
To anyone who's tuning in with us, my name is Ronnie McKenzie. So I'm a founder of Untapped, and we support solopreneurs to scale their impact, amplify their impact, and expand their leadership. And beautiful Chloe here is the founder of MindStation, and we're going to share more about what that is and what it looks like and how people can, find out more. And this conversation, we're really talking about what does it look like to be 30 days into mastery, right? So for those of you who maybe don't know, Mastery is a 12-month business accelerator, incubator, support, community, all the things to really help leaders and creators step into their impact. So Chloe, thank you for being here and for being inside of this conversation. I would love you to share a little bit more about MindStation and what it is your mission is about.
So my mission and vision, I guess, combined is to empower both children and parents to understand their minds and grow in self-confidence. And to provide them with these mind skills that we never ever had in school. So I've been on the mission for the last 2 years, and I have a big vision surrounding it, which is one of the reasons why I enrolled in Mastery in the first place.
Amazing. Yeah, it's such an important mission and vision, and so we feel super privileged and honored that you've decided to have our support in our community as well. So, and I think that's a really good point, is when we first caught up, I could see like your vision was so big and you were like, oh my gosh, there's so much I want to create. And so I'd love you to share a little bit about where you were before, joining and deciding to actually join Mastery, like where you were at and what you were experiencing in business, because business can be really challenging. So yeah, would love you to share a bit about that.
So I think I was just in a very overwhelmed space of creating so many different offers, wanting to serve absolutely everyone, feeling quite lonely as a solopreneur, knowing the place that I want to get MindStation to, but not quite knowing how to do that, and creating an offer that can scale and can reach more families, not just in the UK or Europe, but worldwide. Yes. Worldwide. Which sounds like a really big vision, but that is something that I believe MindStation can do. Sure. I think that my USP with my brain characters that I have not explained that about at all, can help so many families to have lifelong self-awareness and an understanding of who they fundamentally are as well.
Yes, so beautiful. Yeah, so anyone tuning in, definitely go check out MindStation. And I think that's the big piece, right? It's like you have such amazing thought leadership, and what we mean by that for anyone tuning in is like, your intellectual property, your processes, your way that you're working with children and parents, like it's so unique. And I think sometimes as creators, we know within it's like, yeah, this is amazing, and I need to figure out like how I actually get this further to more people. Yeah. Right. And it's and so obviously that within Mastery, that's what we're there to support you to do, is like to figure out all the business systems and the structures so you can really grow. So how was your first, we're talking about first 30 days, and I think it is important, the program within Mastery is 12 months. And I think some people think that, like, obviously growing any business and any vision as big as what you've just shared with MindStation is not going to take 30 days. So I just want to be really clear, that is why it's 12 months. But we thought it would be a cool conversation to actually share like what already making this commitment to your vision and mission, which is a commitment, what you've already created within 30 days. So yeah, how was it coming in? And yeah, let's start to explore like what you've actually uncovered in these 30 days. You see, you've kind of narrowed in on this one offer, which is amazing. So tell us a bit more.
Yeah, I think originally I had about 5 offers, and you've helped me to get so specific and to look at actually what is the most valuable offer, what is the one that's helping the families the most, and actually getting rid of the rest and building that one and making it stronger and stronger as well is something that I've really, really learned to focus on the one thing and to get as specific as possible with my clients, with not only the parents but the children, with actionable feedback. I think noticing my energy leaks and what I was wasting a lot of time on, and thinking about bringing energy back to myself. And as a solopreneur, it can be really hard. And you're giving so many eggs out of your basket, but none are being put in. Bit of a strange metaphor, but that's
I feel it for sure though, like actually just reclaiming like your energy, your power. Yeah, it's been really cool to witness you like really getting yourself super regulated, which is only going to massively impact your clients, who you're serving, how you're working with people, because you know it all starts with you. Yeah, that's been amazing to see, and I can really feel that for you. You know, and that's only 30 days. It's like, yeah, it's cool.
And I think less is more. Sometimes I give so much feedback, and actually if someone did that to me, I'd be like, whoa, which one do I prioritize? So I think when you give just one thing, and that's very much your philosophy of time management and stuff, that's been really, really helpful for me. And you've also helped me to find out my unique mechanism and 5C method. And I know you follow a similar method with mastery, and it inspired me with my 5 values, which are essentially embedded in my entire coaching program, to really put that out through my marketing and on my website and Instagram, because that is what I'm doing. I'm developing 5 pillars to self-confidence for a child, through cognition, creativity, curiosity, courage, and connection.
Yeah.
And they're embedded throughout. And without those 5 C's, you wouldn't have a self-confident child.
Yeah.
Because those 5 C's are what we need to be focusing on as adults as well.
Yeah.
Focusing on those 5 areas, I feel.
That's awesome. I think you touching on that is really important. Like, as you know, I remember when you came in and you had lots of offerings, and it was really just looking at like, hey, what's making the biggest impact here? And for you as a thought leader, like, as you said, just starting to communicate, like that methodology was already embedded in everything you were doing at MindStation. It's just kind of bringing it forward. And I think for a lot of us, I don't know if you agree with this, but a lot of us, when we're on our own, we almost don't see our unique magic, you know? It's like we don't see how special what you have is, or just how to even just frame it in a way that is like, oh, this is the process, this is the method, like this is the way I do things, because sometimes it's so innate to us. We're like, oh, it's not that unique, you know? I think we had this with Mastery as well. We were like, we're very holistic in how we coach, right? So lots of mindset, lots of nervous system regulation, lots of like looking at what's going on behind the business thing. And I remember lots of people giving us feedback like, you're really holistic and stuff like this. And I was like, what is it? You know, what do people mean by that? And eventually they were like, well, it's you go into other business coaching programs and there's none of those conversations happening. It's just like about the business clinically. So it took me a while of actually getting feedback and like reflecting to really see like, wow, that's a unique, you used a good piece of jargon there that we should tell people, USP, unique selling proposition, right? Which is something within your business that's really special and really unique. And often that is your values, your philosophy, your methods, which is what you've been uncovering in these first 30 days as well, which again, it's just like elevating what you're doing. And I think I'm not going to say saturated markets because everyone talks about that, but like in when lots of people are looking for who they might want to work with a children's coach, they look out. One of the easiest ways for them to be able to decide if MindStation's for them or not is to be able to see your methods, your values, not just, oh, this is some 8 sessions or whatever. It's like, no, what is MindStation? What does it stand for? And I think watching you elevate that even within, 30 days it's really, it's amazing. So cool.
You're right. And I feel like you've helped me communicate my message more. I've become more aligned with who I am, my own story. I've connected through my own story and my why even deeper, and noticing who I'm attracting as my dream clients and avatars, and who I really want to help. And it's all about the deeper the problem, the deeper the need, which is something that has been a really, really good like mantra for me to attract as well. But yeah, to communicate my message. I couldn't before. I really struggled to communicate that. And now I feel like it's really clear. I help children move from anxiety to courage, going from anxious to courageous, boom, through my 5 C's that are implemented, embedded. And that's the whole belief system as well. You know, you've got to start with cognition. You've got to start with your cognitive awareness. So I would never have been so clear on that within 30 days if it weren't for your guys' support and your incredible community. Like, meeting all of these like-minded solopreneurs in the Slack group with Mastery has felt amazing, because I've never really connected with other entrepreneurs, because there's not many people out there doing this. I have a few in London, but it's been really, really exciting to just be a part of this. And I've not done group coaching before. I've always done the one-to-one. So that's been a big transition for me. And at first I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I've got like the longest list of things that I've learned in the last 30 days.
That's actually a super interesting insight. So before Mastery stuff, because Mastery, for those tuning in, it's a group context, and then we have like a lot of that one-to-one support. We have monthly results coaching. You can ask questions and get, you know, your questions answered like one-to-one in the channel as well. But so you had done one-to-one. So what are you finding the benefit, I guess, of being in a group context? Obviously you said it was a little bit like, whoa, it's all go. And, you know, it is funny because I remember the first group call you came to, you know, we're on board, we do the business audit, and then it's kind of like, you know, let's go. You get the curriculum and you come to the call. So yeah, how has it been being in a group and like of other people creating things?
I think it's just so exciting and motivating, and it's really, really enhanced my momentum. But I'd also say that it's made me realize I'm not the only one with these limiting beliefs and mindset blockers, brain blockers, what I call them at MindStation. I'm not the only one, and that's made me feel really calm knowing that we can support one another and connect in these incredible ways and bring things to the table, and learn from that as well. And I think also the the Mastery curriculum, I'm just a learner, like a student of life, so I'm just loving it. Any moment I have, I'll be doing something to do with the curriculum. And sharing that, and then seeing people. And another thing is just the wins, celebrating them. I never focus on things that are going well, and something I'm really enforcing now to my clients at MindStation.
That's huge.
We start by thinking of 3 wins, and they worry. They're like, but I haven't achieved anything. And it's like, it could be the smallest thing, like
amazing,
I don't know, going for some self-care, you know, or
for sure,
stroking your dog.
I think it's like realizing everything, you know, to some extent. And I always love that we say, like, big or small, you just celebrate them all. My favorite channel in the Untapped Slack is the wins channel, because it just goes, I just love seeing the energy, the momentum. And, you know, sometimes they are really seemingly small or simple, and then sometimes they're obviously massive, like, you know, landing clients, doing this, whatever. And it is amazing having that culture of celebrating, because I think as entrepreneurs, we are so prone to focus on the gaps, focus on the problems, focus on how we're not there yet, because the vision is so big. And one of the coolest, was a big shift for me, was like we say ABC, like always be celebrating even the progress, even the failures, even the break, like just having a culture of that is so transformational. I agree, and I love that you're then taking that to MindStation, you know, because you can also really quickly normalize stuff with coaching or transformation. You're like, oh, just, you know, did this again. It's like, wait a minute, like 2 weeks ago we were here, now we're here, like we need to celebrate that. So that's awesome.
And redefine what a win is as well. So it's not just about achieving, you know, that needs to be changed, I think, in any area. For
sure.
But
and so first 30 days you dove straight into the calls, the community. I think you've really embraced the community as well. It's actually really cool to hear that you've only done one-to-one. I think I didn't actually fully realize that.
Yeah.
So that's amazing. Like,
only ever.
Yeah, so cool that it's like you were born to be in community, you know, like my experience of you is just like you're a pillar of community. So that's awesome. You've refined your offerings, which I think is one of the biggest challenges for, you know, creators and solopreneurs. And you've got this amazing clarity on what you really bring. So yeah, that's obviously, you know, 30 days in, we're doing great. But I do want to touch on that because you mentioned the curriculum, and I think that is important because you are a very fast learner, and you also like, yeah, you're in there, you're like, I've done this module, I've done this module. So for anyone listening, in Mastery, we have the A3 method, so align, amplify, accelerate. And align is about really understanding your vision, your nervous system as an entrepreneur, your offerings, where you've got, like, what do you actually go, where are you going, what are you creating, who for? And amplify is then dialing it up, the marketing, the sales, like really cranking that, and then accelerate is team, right? And I know that you've been like diving into all the curriculum. And I think that that's a good thing to note for people, is like you can kind of do it at your own pace. So I guess, how have you found that? Because that's actually really different to a lot of things as well. Like you said, you're a learner, so you're just like getting stuck into all the materials, which is cool. But yeah, has that been fun for you to be able to have those resources there?
Yeah, it's been amazing. And as I said, I love learning. So I will dip into it whenever I'm like, oh, I want to learn something. And then I'll apply it into what I'm doing. And I think all of your learning platform and curriculum has inspired me to do the exact same for MindStation in the future. Like I look at the Mastery and it's just that I'm inspired in so many ways, and would love to form my own online curriculum too. But I think that I'm quite perfectionist, so I'll like work down the list in a line, and you're like, oh, this section, and I'm like, but I've not finished a line.
Yeah, I love that. That's a good insight. We kind of designed it, so it's funny. I was talking to Chloe, I think she's on here with us, another Mastery student. She's like, oh, I love that I can just zigzag everywhere. And I was like, but it is designed in a way that it should still, like, it, you know, it's in the curriculum, it should still build on each other in order. And yeah, and it's, I think it is having those resources, like you said, so you can learn something, get that kind of momentum. But I think a lot of solopreneurs and things spend too much time learning, not enough time actioning. So it's been really cool to witness you in the first like 30 days. You're just like learning, actioning, you know? And I know you're moving, so you've kind of like gone through a lot of aligned content, and now you're starting to move into the second A, which is amplify. So what are you now creating with MindStation, and how is that like a shift from what you were doing?
So I think, well, Amplify is looking into all of like the marketing funnels, and I think attracting the you know, the right client through the right storytelling element and things. And so I'm not finished a line, but I'm definitely dipping into areas of Amplify at the moment.
Got to take it. Got to. No, don't worry. We also, just to, you know, we never really finished a line. Like we go back to a line. We go around in circles as entrepreneurs. So that's good.
So I should.
But you are getting, yeah, you're getting into really this expansion of what you're creating with MindStation now, which is really cool.
Yeah, and I think going back to, well, actually I didn't mention this, but with the results coaching, and it's like the forecasting for what do I want, what's the vision for the next 12 months, that's very much a coach to coach model. So I want to train up teachers to deliver my MindStation coaching program, so helping them to become coaches too. So that is like the big vision, and it's working towards that goal in the 12 months, but also how do I explain it? Focusing on my current goal, which is getting my current offer, which is the Explorer program, out there to the masses as well. So I've got like lots to focus on, but I think you really helped me to like. I've been navigating overwhelm because I've been moving country and things and going back and forth, and then dived into Mastery as well. I did it all at the same time. Which
why not? Why not? Just why not?
So I think you're just helping me gradually. Each week I'm starting to see myself hone in on what I need to focus on.
I think it's a really, really awesome point, because I've had this experience as well. I think a lot of people think of like coaching in general and business coaching, Mastery, and all these things. They think of it as really additional to what they're doing in their life. And I always love to say, like, it is to some extent, but it kind of just like puts the riverbanks in and sorts out what you were already doing. Like I always find it really interesting. Like coaching occurs as like this additional extracurricular, but it kind of just amplifies and simplifies like all that you were already doing. Like in business, it's like, yes, so suddenly, yeah, maybe you've got some extra things to learn and stuff. But like you said, with the monthly results coaching call, what you do is do your intentions, do your financial projections, do your reflections. And then so it's actually giving you momentum to what you're already achieving. And I think it'd be the same with what you do, right? It's like the people are probably trying things and doing things already. It's actually like having the coaching structure that just supports you to get that clarity and that consistency. It's like, yeah, it's an interesting mindset shift, I think, to realize like it simplifies everything you're already doing.
I was about to
cool.
say that. Literally, simplify was in my head. Simplify 100%. And also, I want to say systematize. You're helping me systematize my business. It lacks systems, it lacks processes and automations. And I want to make it easier for myself and not feel like I'm burning out, because since January this year to May, I've not taken any holiday recently, and I'm burning out because I'm constantly wanting to find more families to help, but I'm not giving myself a break to breathe. And I'm not practicing what I preach. I'm telling, I'm helping all these families and all these children with their wonderful mindsets, and I'm not, honing in on my own, which I think it links in back into the nervous system regulation.
Are you going on holiday next week?
I'm taking some holiday in Lisbon next week, and it's my sister's hen do as well.
Woo!
So I organised that. So it's like personal.
I think you that the systems and processes as well. Like we naturally as creators, I think as all entrepreneurs, we're prone to overcomplicate things, overthink things. So simplification. It was actually really uncomfortable for me to learn as well, like to simplify. And even I find when things start working, I suddenly overcomplicate with another thing, and then I'm always coming back to like just make it easy, let it be easy. And I really love, you actually touched on it, but it's like sometimes we have the business we are right now and the business we're becoming, and they are actually two businesses, right? So when you're talking about like with Explorer, with your current coaching, it's incredible. You're serving these people in this way, like that's the current business. And that is amazing, incredible impact, right? You're building, you're expanding that. And then there's also the business you're becoming. And as a solopreneur or entrepreneur, we need to think about both those businesses really, right? So that's also what we really love to help our students do, is like there's what we're doing right now, and that's to support what you're becoming and where you're going, which obviously for you, you've got Explorer, and you're also going to be setting up the certification. And that's like, and once you learn the systems to do it once here, you can do it there as well, right? It's amazing.
Exactly. Like I'm excited for what's ahead for the next 11 months, and what you can achieve in a month is amazing. So God knows what will happen in the next 12 months, because I want to be able to form a company culture and form a team and have a certification and inspire people to become MindStation coaches and reach more children. I want to be able to digitalize my current program with Loom videos, just like you guys do over summer. So it's up there and parents can purchase a lower ticket offer and have all the recordings. I'm just like, I feel so easy. Sometimes it's like my mind's like, how? Like like you don't have time, and it's just about breaking it down. What's your focus each week? And I've got a class as well, which you guys have inspired me to do.
Yes.
And
sign up. Is it next Tuesday?
June the 8th.
June.
So
You're June.
2 weeks, but 8 sign-ups already. I'm hoping for 15.
Amazing. So if you're catching this and you want to get some wisdom about going from, kids going from fear and anxiety into courage, then check out that in MindStation's link in bio. You can head along to this amazing new masterclass that you're hosting. I think, and I think what you said is so important, and that is the design, right? It's like, let's take things, we all have a lot of dreams and visions and ideas, and it's about learning how to break them down, how to simplify them into things that you get massive momentum really quickly when you focus, and also in a way that you as the creator look after yourself. And that's actually the reason we made it 12 months. I think a lot of people think like, oh, am I going to take 12 months to get a result? No, like as you can see, you're already like honing your message, honing your offers, hosting masterclass, like getting the systems. Why we designed it that way was because life happens, stuff comes up. There's always time in business where we need space, and I've been in programs where it was very hard and fast, and at the end I was just absolutely wrecked. So we were like, how can we create something that is spacious enough, right? And actually by the end of it, you've got all these breakthroughs, your business is systematized, and also you've really, truly actually expanded as a person. Because it's easy to get a few quick wins, it's quite hard to, not hard, but like to sustain them and like really grow as a person. So yeah, I mean, like what you said is we don't even know within, like, you're already 30 days, like absolutely flying. So we don't really know, like there's the roadmap, but I also think so much more can happen in that space. So it is, I'm very excited to see where MindStation is in, 11 months time.
Me
It's amazing.
too. And to go from being a chaotic creator to a visionary leader is what you guys stand by and talk about, and that's exactly what I want to be. I've turned away from leadership thinking, oh, I'm not a leader, like, no, and actually I think naturally I am, and it's about developing the confidence within that as well. And like I sometimes would be afraid to ask for help and like be like, oh, I don't know if I should like comment on this on your Slack community, but actually you guys are so supportive and so helpful, and you break things down and keep it so specific, and it it empowers me to think and find the answer, which is what coaching is about and what some people don't realize coaching is. And I think it's a really, really special community, and it's like exceeded my expectations. I really didn't expect it to be as powerful and energetic as it had been. I didn't know what to expect, to be honest.
Yeah.
I just knew the right.
I know. I was gonna say, yeah.
I want this.
Yeah, so cool. It's been so awesome. Yeah. We have the 1 month for mastery for anyone tuning in. We have the 1 month, like you can give it a go, and if it's really not your vibe, or you really don't think it delivered on what we promised, you can basically retract. And I love Chloe, when you message like a week prior to that time, you're like, no, oh man, I don't need to cancel. Like, we're all in for this. So it's so cool having you part of the community, and yeah, it really is about getting that value as well. Like, we are there, and you post a lot of questions, you ask a lot. It's like, it's as with any coaching, it's as with any development, like we get what we put in as well. I think, so you definitely, you're making the most of your experience as well, which is really cool.
I'm not alone anymore. Like,
no, you're not alone.
And my brain and my head, my mindset, and it's
Do you think? I think one of the bounce I think I was talking the other day, like the bounce back is interesting. So when you're on your own, and I vividly remember moments on my own being so overwhelmed, like just like I need to just go to the beach or something. I just can't even, I think what I find with community, the aspect, so there's all the curriculum, we've talked about that, all the resources. Then there's actually the coaching calls, the support, like the feedback, the questioning, getting you back to your truth, all of that. And then there's this community element. And I think what it is like almost the bounce back. It's like that you could have gone into a spiral for 2 weeks about, sales call gone wrong, or I don't know, feeling scared about doing a live or something like this. But because we have that place to post and ask questions and stuff, it's just like, it's sharp, I call it the bounce back. It's like, just shrinks. It's not that all that's not going to happen, because it is, we're in business. It's just like that faster. Yeah.
Community equals resilience, I think, is what I'm hearing.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, that's exactly what I heard.
Yeah, community equals, it does. It gives you way more energetic bandwidth, doesn't it? You're just like, and you feel this like rallied support behind you. I know. It's the secret superpower. That's why I got a bit sad when all of like everything COVID and everyone was so on their own. And I think, solopreneurs, we've always really I've done a little bit of one-to-one, but that's actually why I believe in group in the long term, is because like the community is the piece that lives on, and that we all as social animals like really need that support. That's cool. And that's amazing. So good.
People are going through it, running their own businesses. It's actually such a game. You can become so victimized in your own patterns, and
so people can come to one of the MindStation's masterclass coming up. If anyone wants to go check that out, that's going to be incredible. Obviously, follow MindStation's work and mission and everything. Get involved. And if you're tuning into this and you want to know more about mastery, probably one of the best places, all the links are in our page as well. One of the best places to probably start is to go watch the Accelerate Your Growth training. We have a free training. You actually mentioned it before. I think I just dropped out for a second. One of the biggest things we're doing is really supporting a mastery, going from constant creator to visionary leader. So if you've resonated with any of Chloe's story and you're trying to build a business and you're like, oh my gosh, this is so overwhelming, what am I doing here? Go check out the Accelerate Your Growth training. The link is in the bio, and it's a free training, 60-minute training to really run you through that. And definitely follow MindStation's path, because big things are coming. We're just getting warmed up. We're 30 days in. Definitely go get involved in that. It's absolute magic. You've got the Explorer program and you've got your masterclass on the 8th of June, yeah?
Yes, 8th of June, and then the Explorer program. I have slots open for June as well. I have 3 slots open. If that's something that intrigues or you're curious about, then you can book an exploratory call as well.
Yes, exploratory. I love that. Amazing.
Thank
you, Chloe. You're so incredible. It's so really, really cool to see you stepping into the visionary leader that you absolutely 100% are, and really growing MindStation's impact. And we're so happy to have you in the Mastery family. And thank you for sharing with people so openly about, what the first 30 days has been, and bring on the next 11 months. In 30 days. Let's go.
What a ride. I can't wait. No, I'm really excited. Thank you for having me today as well.
Awesome. All right. Thank you for being here.
Bye,
everyone. Thanks.